It's funny. People talk about, you know, success and look at it as, well, he's, the people equate, oh, he was lucky. But the reality is, people, the old adage is that, luck is when, preparation meets opportunity. And when you put in the work during the week, on Saturday, you're probably going to get good results. And if you took shortcuts during the week, you're probably going to get beat on Saturday. And when we talk about success and we talk about planning, I think that the key thing that we've been able to do is start to take proven methods, prioritizing your time, making sure that we're focused on the areas of measuring improvement. And we've been able to take the idea of this recruiting, concept that people think just happens. If you're good enough, they find you, or your high school coach will do it for you, which are all myths, and really say, here are the strategies and steps. First of all, getting realistic, measuring. We have algorithms where we know between heights and weights and 40 times and touch jumps and handicaps and USTA rankings, coupled with GPAs and ACTs and SATs and core GPA, we put them all together and we can immediately trim 1,700 colleges down to a manageable, 100 or so that a student athlete can start to focus in on. And then when you start to look at what's a really good education, and when you look at U.S. News and World Reports and our NCSA power rankings and equate what a really good school is, it's not whether it's D1, D2, or D3, because most of the best schools aren't D1. Once people realize that and shift their paradigm, opportunities become abundant. And now with that, taking a strategy of making sure your information's online, making sure you have a video tape put together, whether, depending on your sport, whether it's a skills tape, what's the sequence? Whether it's a game tape, what's the sequence? What does a best play look like? What's the format? How do you make sure a coach can see you on the tape, and how does it pop? Those are all things that we've put together and made a science out of, where we can predict. Over 90% of our NCSA student athletes are going on to play, not because they're lucky, it's because there's a system and a map that they followed that are best practices, but also the work that they had to put in. We can give them a workout, but if they don't do the bench presses and the squats and the power cleans, they're not going to get stronger. So we can put measurable points on the roadmap to know they're succeeding because they've talked to at least 15 college coaches by this date, and they've already set unofficial visits with 5 coaches by this date, and they've already had 3 written offers for official visits by a certain date. And now all of a sudden they have all the signs and measurables of being in a position where we know they're not only going to get a scholarship, because it's not just about the scholarship, but they're going to get an opportunity at a place that wants them, that has their major, that's in their wheelhouse in terms of how far away from home, and what's the climate like, and is it an urban or a rural situation? Is there a religious affiliation to the school? Is it a military academy? And once you put all those factors in, that's why our kids are graduating at a much higher rate than the normal student athlete population.